It is Monday, March 17th, and today is St. Patrick's Day, which I just realized when I said the date. And today, this is the first time that I have recorded a video with 1 week gap in the last couple of months because since the end of Jan, I've been coming to the studio at least 2 or 3 times per week. That I realized that even though video production is great, that I needed to prioritize some other activities in my business. So what I've done now is that I wanted to see how would it feel if I only come in once a week, and the experiment actually revealed that I do not like it that much. I do want to come more, and so I think I will probably come in 4 times a week at 2.5 hours each time, because I want to reach 10 hours per week, and I will make videos on whatever I feel like making my videos on, because for now I think I'm still in that consistency game, and beyond that I find an emotional grounding that happens when I show up here and make these videos. So whether I'm following some format or not following some format to make these videos, I think I'm very early in my YouTube journey, where as long as I'm showing up and at least publishing one video or even 4 videos a week, because sometimes you have space. Sometimes you have space. I definitely have space to come here 4 times a week, so why not take advantage of that? So what I did now is that 2 weeks later, I booked a session for the first time on a Sunday. So Sunday starting at 11, I think, 11 or 11:30 until 2 p.m. So that is 2.5 hours. That's first time of me doing that. So I'm thinking schedule of Sunday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think those 3 would be really, really good. And on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it'll be from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. because I only want to get off. I only want to publish 1 video per session. 1 video per session. I think that will be the best for me, because I found that there's some emotional consistency that I feel when I come here, no matter how hard the video is. It's not about how hard the video is. I think it's as Ali Abdal says in his in most of his videos, most skill building is 80% emotional. You do not have the right emotional energy to actually do the things that you want to do because you feel they're hard. But is scripting a video and hitting the power button to start the recording that hard? No, it's really not. I think it's the whole thing about who's going to view my video. Is this going to be good? Is this going to be good? It's mainly about what people say. That is the main problem, I think, and is what we fear. Am I rambling too much? I'm like, you know what? I'm just, if you think that I am rambling too much, then so be it, because I think I do want to be there for people who have great skills and great dreams, and they fear that first phase, the phase of being a beginner and just being bad, right? Be consistently bad before you're consistently good. I think that's a great line to have, is like, at least when you're consistently bad while being aware that you're bad. Are you really bad? I would think not, because you're being aware that you're bad. Well, some people I've seen, whether it's music or singing or whatever endeavor you have, some people are blind to how bad they really, really are, and they don't, even if you tell it to them, they still remain bad. So I think if you're consistently bad and you're aware of it, you will get consistently good much faster. And if you're aware that you're consistently good, you will make the transition to be consistently great much faster. And if you are aware that you're consistently great much faster, you will reach consistently extraordinary much faster, until you become an outlier. And when you're there, you can be a consistent outlier. And that's your job, right? Because once you're there, you can just keep on going and going and going and come up with creative ways of doing whatever it is you're doing, whether it's cooking, painting, dancing, doing physics work, doing architectural work, doing business work, whatever it is that you have your own unique flair to it. But I think the key word there that was consistent awareness. Awareness comes from, yes, ourselves, but it also comes from asking for feedback from who you truly respect. Again, do not ask for unqualified feedback. There are many people who will give you their opinion about why this thing is not good, why that thing is not good, but you want to ask for qualified feedback. So I would not take any feedback from someone who does not run a successful YouTube channel. I will take feedback from my clients, even if they do not have a YouTube channel, because they're the ones who watch these videos. So really be careful about who you want to take advice from. Anyway, after that long spiel, which is completely fine because my goal is to just share one video, and someday someone will watch this and get something from it. Maybe they'll like the progression from being consistently bad to consistently good to consistently great to consistently extraordinary to the point where you become an outlier. I think most people who have big YouTube channels are now outliers, and then you have the outliers of the outliers like Mr. Beast, who just way off the charts. And let's not go into why that happens. I just want to create this video. I think is more about Monday recap about my life, and to share that with you, because I want honesty and transparency to be a big part of this YouTube channel. So just sharing this is good. And so let's start with the big news. I've got 8 things, or even 9, depending on what shows up. I got 9 things to share with you today, and use this to really help drive your life forward. And the reason I touch my neck is to just feel my vocal cords and to slow my rate down so that I do not stutter that much, which is slowly getting better because my sleep is slowly but surely getting better day after day after day after day. My mattress has still not changed. That is still a big goal for me, to change my mattress to get a beautiful one, a beautiful comfortable one, which will happen pretty soon. So let's get into it. The first thing I will do is to share the update on my coaching business. So let's call it that for now. So I had a fantastic call last Monday and today morning with my business coach, who is a successful businesswoman, and she's been running her own businesses for the last few I'd say decades now. Yeah, not just years, but decades. So what she told me today, the big piece was my assessment. That was a big piece, is these 6 things that I put there. And she commented on one category, which I call your influence circle. So not your social circle, but your influence circle. So it's still the people you spend time with, but now you're asking yourself, how are these people influencing me? Because when I say social circle, most people have a really passive view of that. Passive view, oh, I hang out with John, or I hang out with Dexter, or I hang out with Emily, or I hang out with Jessica. You can just throw all these names, but you don't really think about them more. But when I say your influence circle, you're asking about how does Dexter influence my life, or how does John influence my life? How does Jessica influence my life? And then you go deeper into what do these relationships really mean to you. So she chose that part of my assessment because she loved the description that I had there. So she said that you want to describe what that section is and then ask a few questions. So that was really good. She liked the assessment that I created, and that was good. She said to update all of those descriptions with updated ones, and then And then she also added some more of her own. So one was where I said I want people to think about multiple time scales. So 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. And and she said, you know what, that is unique. That is unique. That is one of the things that is unique to you is you help women think about multiple time scales. So that was great feedback. And she also said, people change over time. That was such a good thing for me to put in there, which I will, that people change over time. What you do change, who you are change, how you want to live changes, what do you want to do for work changes, maybe your diet changes, maybe how you want to relate to people changes, maybe how you relate to money changes. Who knows what may happen, you cannot control that. So what else? There was a lot we discussed, but I'm just going over the main thing that this is so good to do on video. One big thing she said is the honesty piece, because I was feeling I didn't want to, I was hesitant to send messages on LinkedIn to ask women about their romantic lives there. So she said, think about the honesty piece, just be clear with them. Say that I do not know what your relationship status is. And she said, just put that, and that helped unblock me. But the biggest one, she said that create that talk, create that intro session talk that you can give to communities, give to people, and then keep on building the business that way. And guess what? I have all the content I need for that talk. That's the main thing. So that was all good. And then I asked her this great question, which was, if you were me, how would you introduce yourself when you go for a networking event and someone asks you, what do you do? Again, the question I asked her was, if you were me and if you went to a networking event, what would you say it is when they ask, what do you do? And she said it, I help women in C-suite positions find 20 out of 10 romantic partner. I help women in C-suite positions find a 20 out of 10 romantic partner. So the two big things is there, again, C-suite, it's clear. These are women CEOs, CFOs, CIOs, whatever C something O is. Now it's clear. C-suite executives, founders, and then positions find a 20 out of 10. I asked her, what is a good measure to have? Because people love measures. Again, those who want a 20 out of 10 romantic relationship. Not 8, not a 10, not a 15, but a 20. A 20 is twice as good, but it's actually not just twice because it's an exponential scale, which I will describe in another video. But for now, I help women in C-suite positions find a 20 out of 10 romantic partner. And 20 out of 10, great, because my last relationship was 20 out of 10. And then a romantic partner is an upgrade from the term life partner. An upgrade from the term life partner. She said, not many women might want a life partner, but they do want a romantic partner. And it also helps me stand out that bit more. So that was probably the best thing for this call, where I went deep into who I am and what I do. So that was the first thing I wanted to cover. The coaching is going great. I'm also doing, in terms of that, I've been reaching out to women I met with last year, and I shared with them, hey, this is what I do. I would really love to help you. And some of them responded saying that, no, we've been married yeah, I think all three responses that I got said that, we are all married or in relationships, so we do not need your help, but thanks so much for at least sharing what you do. So I was quite surprised that, because I always have the fear, I don't want to assume that a woman is single and will she get mad if I share this with her, but I've learned that you just have to ask, and as long as you come, you have the right intention, that is what matters most, because last week actually on LinkedIn I did get a very negative response from someone who, it's not that she did not like that I messaged her. She did like that. No, no. I mean, she did not like the message. She at least did not say that you should not message me. But I was quite shaken up. I was a bit immobilized for, I think, a good 30 minutes. But then I was like, you know what? Some people will not like it. Even if I do my best to cover every single thing, some people will still not like it. So I cannot let that hold me back. The next one was a great idea I have, which is not leaving me. It's the idea for creating a big spreadsheet for referrals. A big spreadsheet for referrals. So what this means, if I meet you and say that you're a chiropractor, right? You're a chiropractor, you work with a specific set of people. Say that you only work, say that you're a chiropractor who only works with C-suite female executives. That is your niche. What I want to do is, once we have a call, is to put your name on that tracker. So now everyone else I speak with, I have your permission to put your name on the trackers, and once per month I bring the whole group there for a good 90 minutes or 2-hour session, and everyone says, this is what happened, this is what I want, this is how I'm feeling. And what's going to be different about this spreadsheet is, one, you don't have just your biggest personal goal, you also have your biggest professional goal. No, lack of sleep. You don't only have your biggest professional goal, you also have your biggest personal goal. So you have 2 goals, maybe even 3, maybe even 4, maybe even 5. But what you're doing is now you're increasing the likelihood of other people knowing what you do. And the unique thing about this spreadsheet as well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of things unique, is the fact that only people who I've spoken to one-on-one on Zoom or in person for at least 30 minutes. That is you, and again, that's just the objective part of it. The subjective part of it is that I see you as someone who really wants to grow your business. I see you someone as someone I trust. I see you someone who really cares about your goals and are making weekly, if not daily, progress toward that. That is the key thing of this group. I don't want any deadweight or social plankton here. People who do not care about how much money they make. People who are pretty much well off and not through their own doing. Even though in rare cases that could be it. But I want people who are really driven and have some skin in the game. So these are people who have invested in coaching program. They are part of BNI, or they have something which shows that they have put money down. And this spreadsheet is going to be the one thing that unifies us. It's the one thing that unifies us. And the goal is to, if you're a chiropractor and you want to work with only C-suite female executives, then hey, you have so many people here on this spreadsheet who can refer people to you. So this is a very much referral-based thing. The more people who know about what we do, the more chances we have to get those needs met, because our goals happen through our social circle and not through isolation. Next one is tying into Alex Hormozi and his 2 great books, $100 million Leads and $100 million Offers. I love these 2 books, and every few years I just get locked into a book which I just love, and both his books and his podcast, I just love listening to them. I love reading them. And then there was one of his podcasts, he says that you only have one problem. And I'm like, wow, that's a pretty bold thing to say. You only have one problem. So I listened to that and I completely agreed, because Alex Hormozi says you only ever have a people problem. No matter what you have, it always comes down to a people problem. And this dives back to my favorite concept. I'll be saying it for the rest of my life. Who, not how. So these people are your who's. Who are the ones watching your videos? Who are the ones buying your programs? Who are the ones giving you feedback? If you have a problem with your mattress, like I do, who knows about the problem? Who's helping me solve the problem? Right? It's not about me solving it all on my own. It's about who am I sharing this with. If I have a sleep problem, I cannot keep it with me. I have to share it. So one simple thing is, he goes deep into the people. In terms of talent you have, right? Who do you have on your team? Whether you run a business or not, the people you surround yourself with are your team. Is this team really helping you achieve goals? You have teams, you have sports. Every single sport has a goal. So whether it's you playing a sport such as singles tennis, your team, your coaches, the people who see how much food you eat or what you do, how you sleep, that's a whole team. So no matter who you are, no one runs their business by themselves. There are always others there. So I just love the clarity, and this comes from decades of experience that he had, where he said, you only have one problem. And this simplified my life so much. So that was probably the best podcast that I listened to this week, where he's like, you only have one problem. And it always is a people problem. Any goal you have, not ask how, you ask who. And the who could just be someone you share it with. Just share your goal with, no matter what your goal is. Your goal may be to walk, forget about 10,000 steps. Maybe you just want to walk 10 steps, right? It all starts with the who, not a how. It's one of the biggest things I've had since I heard about the book in 2018. It's always who. It's always who. And you still have to do hows, right? Again, it's me who has to show up here for these videos. This is the hows. You still have to learn the hows, but this whole video project is driven by people. It's driven by the women I want to really serve. It's driven by the men I want to serve. It's driven by the people. Forget about men and women. Whatever way you want to identify yourself. I want you to experience a 20 out of 10 romantic relationship. Right now, it's female C-suite founders. They are who I want to help. They're the ones I want to help. So, what a great! I did not know that the third thing would take up so much, because I felt so much. That's why I love video. When you write things. So, my rate of speech, and I also take a sip of water, which I've actually never done. I've never had my bottle of water right next to me, so I actually do have it, because when I drink water, I moisten my throat, and then I can be a bit more fluent. So I will now take a sip of water. One day I will edit that part out, but for now I just want to record and publish this video. Okay, so now I got the coaching down, I got the spreadsheet down, but the spreadsheet is really this whole group of people I want to create. Then I have, you have a people problem. That was so huge. The next one I wrote, man, I don't even know. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. The next one was community of results. No, this is consistency of results. So I just got on a group coaching call where Steve, I was called by Steve Davina. I'm part of Conscious Growth Lab. So he says that if you do a certain set of actions on a consistent basis, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, you're also guaranteeing a consistency of results, because each time I post a video, I get a consistent feeling, right? And the baseline of that feeling will change. So of course, I will not feel the same way for years if I keep doing this. But he said, the more you consistently do something, the more you're guaranteeing consistency of how you feel, and that to me is currently big it is extremely important for me to do that because I'm going to the next phase of my life, and I do need those spaces where I have a consistent set of emotions. This studio and recording on video, I get a clear sense of what I'm going to expect once I'm done. Once that video is on YouTube, I feel that I've had a great days, which is why now I'm back. I'm going to go back to 4 days a week, 2.5 hours each, because that's my future. That's my future. So why not maximize that? So I will do that going forward. So the consistency of actions begins first with committing to a consistent feeling, and the feeling that I want is the feeling of being fulfilled at the end of the day. I want to feel really fulfilled at the end of the day, and the best way to guarantee that sense of fulfillment is to do things that I love doing, and it comes down to showing up to the video studio, because this is one of the big things I want to do, and 4 videos a week, I think I can easily do that, and now more and more content is being created. So from the minimum of 1 video a week to the max of 4, I can build up to that slowly but surely. But definitely that was great to write it down. I need to improve my handwriting for sure. Last week I went for a speed friending event, which was so much fun. I met I think over 10, at least 10 people. You got 6 minutes each. It was so much fun to meet new people. And this is something I want to host on my own. I want to host my own speed friending events, because a lot of people I know do not have good friends. And beyond that, I would say the speed friending part will probably be only 20%. The 80% is what you do once you have a match. And that's the whole part, I think. Again, let me talk about speed dating. That's the whole part that's missing from that. You match and then you're just left to do what you want. I'm like, what's the point of that? I think you're there, everyone's there. Might as well have your first date or first longer chat right there. So I want to do that with both speed friending and speed dating. Is just the match is just the first, I would say even 10%. The next 80 to 90% is you. What do you do? Do you meet on a weekly basis, monthly basis? I would say if you want to build a strong friendship, I would say at least once a month, if not more. And if it's not at least once a month, then what's the point? Is that even a friend? I have 2 people who I meet multiple times per week now. So those to me are friends. But it was still so much fun because I've never been for a speed friending event before. So a lot of fun. Next, what I'm looking forward to this week is my book club. The book that we are reading or discussing is called Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. I read the book in paper format back in 2020, but now I'm listening to the audiobook, which I only listened to the first few minutes yesterday. It was really good because Malcolm goes deep into how to craft really good podcasts. So what he did is that he brings in audio clips of people that he features in the book. So that's the book club. Then I wrote Speed Friending twice. The other big one is Combo. So this was a networking event in North Vancouver, and I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved the event. The vibe was great. I got to share what I do with, I think, probably 5 to 10 people, probably 10. I do not remember how many people I spoke to. And I really felt this sense of things shifting for me now, that now the business now is in its next 5-year cycle. I'm much more confident in who I am and what I do. I have actually 2 coaches who are both helping me out, and I feel so much more supported than I did even a few months back. So the business is really growing. I feel that it's now it's slowly reaching the point where it can stand on its feet, and this is why I love video so much. You get to speak to someone, because now I'm speaking so for you to understand. So it's my first time ever seeing that my business is now standing on its feet, which means that I do not have to do so much. I can at least walk. So I'm really on the right track. And the event was good for, yes, the vibe. I just love the host and the vibe that she creates on when you're there. And two, it's in North Van, and I have chosen North Van to be North Van or West Van. Sort of, to me, I see them to be in the same place, but to me, I have to go there and actually see places to feel good. But so let's go with North Van for now. I want to move there next. There's something about the place that is so I don't know how to say it. It's so spiritual, but still it has lots of activity going on. I just feel some strong connection to it, and it's so close to the woods. I can run and do so many more things there. So definitely want to move, because that made a big difference to how I showed up. You can see these trees and so much more. So that was great. And finally, I think, well, should I share this or should I not? Yeah, so some very good news came through in terms of CTC for members who are there right now. The price is going to remain the same. So US dollars 1111, 1111. That made me breathe a big sigh of relief, because I currently do not have the funds, but it's not that big a number. It usually was 1997 USD, but now it's only 1111, which means that it's much more within the ballpark of my vibration. I believe that I can easily create that in the next month and a few weeks. So there you have it. My big goal for this week is to just send 15 messages on LinkedIn to different women. So as long as I do that, that's the main thing. But it was good to do a good review of my week. I realized that once a week at the studio is way too less. I have to do more. So great to have recorded this. The biggest thing that stood out as I was speaking was the people problem. You only ever have a people problem, and I want to bring more people into my life who I truly love. And I think that whole spreadsheet where people write what they want, that's going to be a big game changer, not just for me, but for everyone who's in my local network in Vancouver. And I'll probably do this online too, where people write their goals, and then we all help each other achieve those goals. If you like this video, please subscribe. That is the one thing I want more than anything else. Please subscribe to this so that you receive more. And to me, hey, if you want to receive more, it means that you also like the video. So for me, the one thing simple, please subscribe to this channel if you want to do so. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. This felt really good. First day of the week, coming in here, recording the video, because it raises up my emotional baseline, which can get quite low sometimes. And I guess, yeah, one of the other big who's is my next romantic partner in Vancouver. So it's been a long time since I've had one of those. I would like one soon. So I will share that, because it just spending a night in bed with someone, I've just missed that for so many years now. It just adds so much more, and I'm a love coach, so I do also want to walk my talk. Not that I don't, because I do meet lots of women for dates, for quality dates. So anyway, I will bring it to a close right now, and I'll probably see you next, maybe next Wednesday, because that's the next session booked. All right. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video.